Good evening from the SBC Newsroom. The news for this Tuesday evening. The Constitutional Court has dismissed the request for the three judges to recuse themselves from the case against the 10th Amendment to the Constitution.
The Constitutional Court has dismissed the request for the three judges to recuse themselves from the case against the 10th Amendment of the Constitution. The 10th Amendment came into effect in June last year and gives military bodies in the Seychelles more or less the same powers as the police force, such as the power of arrest, searches, and many more. It is the Human Rights Commission, along with the Office of the Ombudsman and the Bar Association, that is challenging the constitutionality of the amendment. The case shall resume in July. And also at the Constitutional Court, the Subramanian brothers, Fabio and Dario, along with Gérard Bastien, are questioning as to why they have not been accorded remission on their sentence when they have at least 9 past drug cases whereby there were remission as evidence. Lawyer Alex Shamsbury has been granted ample time to examine case files. And the case the Valabjis has against the 7 government entities will be heard again next week, as both of their counsels, Samantha Aglaé and France Monté, were absent in court this morning.
The Seychelles Human Rights Commission has presented a copy of its 2022 annual report to President Wavell Ramkalawan at State House this morning. The report is a detailed review of the work it has carried out over the past year to protect and promote human rights in the country. The chairperson of the Human Rights Commission, Bernardin Renaud, handed over the document to President Ramkalawan. Mr. Renaud stated that over the past year, the Commission received a total of 117 complaints. This is a 50% rise in the number of complaints received in 2021. However, only 18 were investigated by the Commission as a potential human rights violation. Mr. Renaud also said that during this year, the Commission will focus on 4 main priority areas to achieve its objectives.
Reporting and monitoring of the situation all around Seychelles regarding human rights and the Charter of Rights. Also communication, which includes education. Then we'll be doing the treaty, international treaties. There are a lot of treaties applicable to Seychelles relating to human rights. We'll be reviewing this in collaboration most probably with Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the state government of Seychelles. And training, giving training to various institutions, groups and everything on the Charter, the Constitution and of human rights in general.
Also at State House today, the new Swiss ambassador to Seychelles, Rolf Stalder, presented his credentials to President Ramkalawan in the presence of the minister responsible for foreign affairs, Sylvestre Radegon. Ambassador Stalder also met with Vice President Ahmed Afif, where he once again talked about the different areas in which Seychelles and Switzerland can work together. These include areas such as education, tourism and climate change.
Since we both countries have an important tourism sector, I think there can be some cooperation to improve and exchange experiences we have in the sector. We also were talking about more global problems like climate change and how we can cooperate as smaller countries in the international system to really fight against climate change, because we see today that climate change affects our countries. It affects the countries in different ways, but it affects all of us. And I think it is now understood on the level of politics that we have to do something.
The Seychelles Pension Fund is continuing its drive to put its message across with what it calls roadshows in workplaces. The idea is to ensure that people who contribute to the fund are fully equipped with the knowledge of what to expect once they retire at 65. Today, officials from the fund were at the SBC headquarters at Hermitage. It was an opportunity for the SBC employees to seek clarifications on all aspects of their retirement benefits.
I'm not really aware how pension fund works, and this is an opportunity for us to go out there and educate them more how it works and how they as members they feature within the services that we offer. There are great interest in terms of different benefits that we give. There are interest in terms of how pension fund benefits are calculated, and of course in terms of beneficiaries, how it works. All right, and it was there were some really interesting questions, and I think we managed to fulfill the requirements of those questions.
18 former S5 students who did not meet the criteria to qualify for any post-secondary studies have been given another chance to prove themselves. They've been offered a training program at the Seychelles Maritime Academy. The Sustainable Fisheries Program, a 4-month course on sustainable fishing. The Ministry of Employment and Social Affairs, as well as the Ministry of Education and the Maritime Academy, have joined the Ministry of Fisheries to work out the program. The director for Seychelles Maritime Academy, Captain Prasanna Cedric, had some advice for the new students. And with this, we end this news summary. We'll be back at 8 with the news in Creole. Have a very pleasant evening.